How do political hand-picked projects give investor certainty?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the politicians do not pick the projects. The projects come up through a consultation between our government, the provincial governments, Indigenous peoples, and proponents. When those four groups come together to put a project together, it gets considered for national interest.
The Honourable Member.
Through you, thank you, Mr. Chair. Questions to the Minister of Natural Resources through you. And I don't want to appear rude, but I've been hearing what the Minister's been saying. I need to ask him if he's read the One Canadian Economy Act.
The Honourable Minister.
Speaker, yes, I have.
Honourable Member.
I'm asking because the Minister, I took notes of his saying, politicians do not pick the projects.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, for a project to get through, one of the criteria is have a high likelihood of successful execution. To have a high likelihood of successful execution, you need a private sector proponent to put up the money. Those private sector proponents will ultimately be the deciders of.
The Honourable Member.
Is the Minister aware that none of what he just said has any force in law under Bill C-5?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, if there are no proponents for projects, they will not come forward. That is the fundamental basis on which the legislation works.
Honourable Member.
The fundamental basis on which the legislation works, I refer the Minister to Section 5 of the Act, that the decision maker is the Cabinet, and the Cabinet is made up of politicians. Does he not agree?
The Honourable Minister.
Speaker, assuming proponents bring projects forward, they will go to the designated minister, as the member says. They will use the criteria that was agreed by the Prime Minister.
The Minister will pick it.
Member.
Thank you, Chair. The Minister refers repeatedly to the criteria as if they have some force in law. Does he not understand his own act that you could have no reference to any of those factors and still follow the law?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, what I understand is the projects that come forward for consideration will be supported by provinces, Indigenous peoples, and private sector proponents. That's how they will get to consideration of the Major Projects Office.
The Honourable Member.
Here, through you to the Minister, none of what he has just said is actually what Bill C-5 says. There is no requirement for consensus, nor is there any legal requirement that any of the factors that are listed are actually considered by Cabinet.
The Honourable Minister.
I have read the bill. These are the factors that the government will use. I'm sorry, I disagree with the interpretation of the Honourable Member.
The Honourable Member.
To the Minister, it is very clear in the Act, and I refer him to the language of the Act, that it's, quote, Governor in Council may consider any factor that the Governor in Council considers relevant. Does the Minister understand the legal meaning of the word may?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the member will have an opportunity to debate the bill in the House. I'm here to discuss the main estimates.
The Honourable Member.
I would urge, through you, Chair, that Minister should understand his own legislation. Most of what's been said in the media about this bill, most of what the Minister has said, constitutes unenforceable promises and press releases.
The member should raise her questions in the House directly to the Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs.
The Honourable Member.
To the, through you, Chair, the Minister has mentioned in media nuclear projects. The only time in the history of this country that a debate was scheduled to discuss nuclear energy, its pluses and minuses, was under former Minister of Energy Raina Tishon in the government of Joe Clark. Would the minister care to commit to having an open debate of nuclear energy in the House of Commons?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this government supports the development of the nuclear energy industry in this country. It is clean energy. It will help us deliver on being an energy superpower. That's what we're committed to doing, and that's why we're passing the One Canadian Economy Act.
The Honourable Member, 15 seconds, final question.
Is the minister aware that the former SNC Lavalin, now Atkins Realis, is behind the small modular reactor projects?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I don't think that's actually correct. I believe OPG is using a Hitachi technology.